Hey Silver Stackers, welcome back. I'm excited to bring you another video with a little bit of history. It's time for some knowledge. Alright everybody, let's get started. This week we're going to talk about a symbol of British history and pride, the Silver Britannia. Since 2013, Britannia silver coins have contained 1 troy ounce of fine silver and a face value of £2. Now that wasn't always the case. They do have different fractional sizes available now, just to give a bit of variety for us bullion stackers out there. But from 1997 to 2012, a little bit of flashback here, the coins had a fineness of 0.958, what they called Britannia silver, and a weight of 32.45 grams. Very unusual weight, and we'll explain that here. So Britannia silver is an alloy containing 0.958 troy ounces of silver, and the balance usually being copper. This standard was introduced in England in 1697 to replace sterling silver, or 925 silver as we know it as well. The standard for items of wrought plate. The lion hallmark denoting sterling silver, you've probably seen this before, was replaced with the figure of a woman, commonly known Britannia. So that's what you're seeing here. She was the mark of sterling, Britannia sterling anyways. So Britannia standard silver was introduced as a part of coinage scheme, what you'll hear called the coinage scheme of William III way back in 1696, when attempts were made to limit the clipping and melting of sterling silver coinage. A higher standard for wrought plate meant basically that sterling silver coins could not easily be used for a source of raw material because additional fine silver, which was in short supply at the time, would have to be added to bring the purity of the alloy up to a higher standard. So today's Silver Britannia have been released each year beginning in 1997. That year was a proof-only year, but since 1998 you've been able to buy these bullion coins every year. They do change them up a bit. There's some preview options available as well, but they basically kept the same design with a slight change to her a little bit later on, I believe in 2013. Now, in 2013, proof versions of the coin feature a different design each year, while the bullion versions will always maintain, and that's what we're going to mainly speak to, the bullion versions will maintain the same design. A little bit of a bonus fact, though, which is kind of interesting about this coin. If you get to see a 2014 coin, you want to pick it up and take a good close look at it. 2014, the wrong die was used on the obverse here, and some Silver Britannia coins were struck with the wrong stamp. So basically, there was a mix-up during the manufacturing process during the lunar year of the horse. The coins from the Royal Mint for this one and the lunar year of the horse were both the same fineness and specification. Very similar but not identical on the obverse side. There's around 17,000 examples of this misstrike, so if you get one, they do fetch quite a high premium, and they're dubbed the Mule Britannia. These coins, look out for them, guys. You're going to be lucky if you find them, that's for sure. But basically what you're going to look for is on the rim, instead of a frilled edge or the cog edge that you see on these coins now, you will have a plain edge, and the queen's head is a different size. But it's really simple to see. You can see in the picture there, it's really just a plain edge. If you see that on a 2014, that's some serious coinage you have in your pocket, that's for sure. So for 958 Britannia silver fineness years, from 1997 to 2003, they're the best. 2001 and 2002 had the lowest mintage with around 50,000. Would be the best years. 1997 was only a proof year, and we pointed that out before. Now there were different issues that they had with different privies, goat, monkey, horse, things like that, but snake privy as well, I believe, is one. So basically there was a few that varied a bit when they got into the 999 silver. And that was when the change happened, was in 2013 that they went to the 999 silver, and they're minted by demand now. There's no really amount of mint that they plan on with these. They just mint them on demand, what people are asking for. So ask for them and we'll take more silver away from that 1%, guys. So Britannia is the name given to the female personification of such named island. Britannia is a Greek and Roman term for a geographical region of Great Britain and Ireland, which is inhabited by the Britons. It is a term still used to refer to the island today. The name is Latin. It derives from Greek, which originally designated the collection of islands with individual names, including Albion and Great Britain. By the 1st century, though, BC, Britannia came to be used for Great Britain specifically. In AD 43, the Roman Empire began its conquest of the island, establishing a province they called Britannia, which came to encompass parts of the island of South Caledonia, now parts of Scotland. The native Celtic inhabitants of the province are known as Britons in the 2nd century. Roman Britannia came to be personified as a goddess, armed with a trident and shield, wearing a Corinthian helmet. So this is speaking to the person now, not the region or the area or the islands. She was past the reins of Neptune's chariot and his famous trident. That's a very interesting story. Britannia didn't always bear the trident, though. She was first put on coins by the Romans. She carried a spear in one hand and an olive branch in the other. Britannia holds an olive branch on her very first appearance on the copper halfpennies and farthings of Charles II, struck in 1672. It's a long time ago. She was supposed to have been modeled on Frances, Duchess of Richmond. I believe I got that right, everybody. One of the king's mistresses. She showed a good deal of leg until Queen Anne objected, apparently, so they changed that a little bit. She went on to holding the olive branch until the copper coinage of George IV in 1821. So she held that a long time, held that peace branch a very long time. She is wearing a Corinthian helmet, reminding of how she was portrayed by Roman tradition. She also holds an olive branch that we talked about, which is the eternal symbol of peace or victory, historically worn by brides and virgins and awarded to Olympic victors. She did retain the spear until 1797 to celebrate Britain's naval power, though the weapon was replaced by a trident. The inspiration came from the story of Poseidon and Neptune, Greek and Roman deities of the sea. They carried a trident because it was used in the ancient world of fishing. So the brief, in a nutshell, story goes that Athena competed with Poseidon for possession of Athens. Poseidon claimed possession by thrusting his trident into the rock of Acropolis, where a well gushed out. Athena took possession of the island by planting the first olive tree inside the well, showing true victory. After centuries of declining use, the Latin name was revived during the English Renaissance as a form of British national identity, pride, especially following the Acts of the Union in 1707, which joined the kingdoms of England and Scotland. The personification of Britannia was used as an emblem of British imperial power and unity. It's why the Union Jack is on her shield, actually. And she was featured in all modern British coinage series until redesigned in 2008, and still appears annually on the Gold and Silver Britannia Bullion coin series, primarily on those series now. During World War II, or during two World Wars in the 20th century, she came to represent the essence of the bulldog spirit that rallied the nation. With the 21st century bringing rapid changes, Britannia became a casualty of political correctness in the new multicultural Great Britain. However, in the past few years, she is once again resurgent, with the nation celebrating the Olympics, the royal wedding, and royal babies. So that's a little history on not only where the coin's from, where it's minted, everybody, but what's represented on the coin itself. We know what's on the back. This is the Queen. It's been around a long time. People have different opinions on that. But what's important here is what this represents, why it's there. Quite interesting, too, that I myself learned that this is where the change of the sterling silver came from this, of the mark of sterling silver. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I really did have a great time looking this up. I have a great time doing these videos. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, everybody. I encourage everybody to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. I'm on Tumblr as well, and I'm on Reddit. My links are in my banner above, as well as my descriptions and in my About section. check it out. Let's get some chat going. Let's see what other conversations we want to have. And I'm really excited, guys. The raffle has done extremely well. I've got a really huge increase in subscribers that I didn't expect, and I'm feeling very generous. So I've got a few bonus prizes to share with everybody. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, today. Canadian Silver Saver, out.